Today, we reveal Scott's mystery. He's actually a misunderstood werewolf. He claims to reconcile with Allison to avoid suspicion of disappearing again last night. Dad insisted him going to the game tomorrow, ignoring his son's dilemma. Early next day, Tails mysteriously showed up to find Scott. He knew he couldn't talk his buddy out of playing, so he just kept reminding him not to faceplant on the field. The two trudged into the stadium, and Scott's mom along with Allison were already there, ready to witness the chaos. This game was about to determine Scott's fate, and might as well be a life or death challenge, one werewolf moment and asterisk boom asterisk. To keep his cool, Scott held back, but things were not going as smoothly as he hoped. Captain Jackson declared, "No passing to him." Looks like the captain is having a bit of a melt. Not only did he ban passes, he literally tripped Scott talk about hostile. Scott aimed for a quiet game, but saw his crush cheer another. He blew up. Fueled by wrath and werewolf vibe, opponents tossed in the ball. Talk about lucky. In the subsequent match, Scott transformed into a ruthless killing machine. His opponents fled as if they had seen a demon, and his final attack was as formidable as a tiger with wings, unbeatable. When they scored, the crowd erupted like a boiling pot. It was as if a swarm of bees had taken them by surprise. Scott frantically pulled off his gloves, realizing he was a claw expert, and dashed to the locker room. Allison spotted him and took off after him in the locker room mirror. Scott almost scared himself silly. He punched the mirror, and his sanity shattered like glass. It was a wolf-out emergency. By the time Allison found him, Scott was back to human, having just narrowly dodged a furious transformation. It was the werewolf kid and girlfriend's first date. Just when they were ready for deep conversation, his body went rogue. What a horror story. As he roared to Allison to run, she was utterly confused, just wanting to know what was going on. When she saw Scott morph into a werewolf, she nearly jumped ship. Scott was now a wholly wolfed-out version of himself. Bright and early the next day, Scott told Tails what last night's dream had become reality. Talk about a spooky morning. The realism was unsettling, like a ghost whispering in his ear. Tomorrow he and Allison would finally go on an actual date. Could it be real? He feared losing control and accidentally becoming the werewolf portrait of Doom. Just as they debated getting Derek's help, a blood-smeared school bus rolled up like a scene from a horror flick. Scott rushed to school looking for Allison, and knowing dread in his gut, he really didn't want today's plot twist. If last night was real, then Allison might be in danger right now. Just as he was about to rage transform, Allison appeared right behind him. "Don't scare me like that." Seeing her safe, Scott finally breathed a sigh of relief. Oh, what a joy. Though Allison was unharmed, the blood on the school bus was no joke, leaving Scott as anxious as a frog in a pot. In class, an ambulance rolled in, and on the stretcher was the bus driver, who looked like he'd just seen a ghost. I did all this to get to the bottom of things. Scott snuck into the hospital ward. The moment the driver caught sight of him, he exploded with emotion, mistaking Scott for an enemy. Pure drama. Luckily, Scott's mom showed up just in time to pull him out of the drama pit. He decided to find Derek and spill the dream details, hoping to figure out if his werewolf side was dangerous. Derek told him, return to the bus and embark on a profound journey through memory using your sense of smell and touch. Later that night, Scott and Tails arrived at the bus storage. The moment he touched the door, memories bubbled up like a fizzy drink. He saw the injured driver and a black wolf paw. Before he could piece it together, the security guard showed up. With no choice, Scott ditched the memories and hopped over the fence like a startled rabbit. He almost became a feeble werewolf, tying his arm with rope and bracing for a heavy-duty cut. Just as he was about to start the cutting, Derek suddenly coughed up black blood of a real-life horror flick. All began the night before when Derek tried to hunt Alpha, but a gunshot startled him out of his wits. The shooter turned out to be Allison's aunt, a truly unexpected family affair of hunters. With a wound that wouldn't heal, Derek rushed back to school looking for Scott. Trouble brewed when he ran into Jackson. Jackson, the troublemaker, started bargaining with Derek, urging him to find Scott fast. Derek, ready to roll, decided to find Scott himself, but accidentally triggered another mishap. Jackson reached out to stop him, but Derek lost control and hurt him, turning him into a roaring monster. Meanwhile, Derek was so weak he could barely move, collapsing in front of Tails' car. Scott, spotting him, rushed to help him into the car. They both realized he was on the verge of a transformation. Derek told Scott that finding those used bullets was the key to curing this virus. It was a treasure hunt of epic proportions. Otherwise, they continued to struggle arduously in the nightmare of werewolf chaos.